Well, I think that regulation, although a necessary evil, we have to be smart about the way we regulate things. And in my personal experience, just since I joined the Lee Company, I've seen that the export regulations, for example, that we have to comply with as a manufacturer of things that do end up in potentially military applications and other things, we've got a lot of regulations that we have to comply with, things like ITAR and other Commerce Department regulations. And it seems like there's a lot of duplication there that can and should be streamlined so that businesses can focus on selling their product, creating jobs, driving revenue growth, and still not compromising things like national security. I mean, I think we can all agree that that's important, but we shouldn't have to have duplicative regulation in order to accomplish that goal. So I'm okay with regulation because it's a necessary evil, but it has to be efficient regulation.
I think on all of those counts, it's basically, I view it as a negative. I mean, we've created so much complexity that it becomes very, very hard to navigate. And our focus of attention is on managing complexity instead of thinking of ways to be more creative and innovative. We turn large portions of the labor force dealing with regulation rather than dealing with U.S. competitiveness.
I think the biggest issue has been that it's been a diversion, that a lot of the, especially finance and management time, has been spent working on completing the forms, filling out and trying to interpret what is the issue that they're trying to accomplish and what is it going to take to do that. Sarbanes-Oxley was a very good example where there was so much effort went into it and nobody really knew what had to be done, and everybody was very, very conservative. And I think once it got in and people had worked on it, I think it was a lot better. In the subsequent years, each year it gets better. But it's an example of where you ready, fire, and then aim. And it would have been nice if they'd done more work at the front end.
Yeah, excellent question. More regulation hasn't created better companies of our good companies in this country. But what it has done is it's created more bureaucracy, more time spent, more money spent on making sure that you're in compliance with all the regulations. And that's money that we're not reinvesting, that we're not creating jobs with. So, my overall view is that additional regulation for the better companies hasn't done anything to make those companies any better.